How are you? All right. Shalom, shalom. Fuck this shit. There we go. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Before I start this lesson, all praise, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace and salutations to all you brethren out there preaching his word in all sincerity and truth. It's the brother Dama Agabar here out here once again on the highways and the byways to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great, aka America, which is Satan's kingdom on earth, which they're preparing in these last days to bring forth, a complete and utterly wicked society. This is the time where they're about to issue in the MOTB, which is the mark of the beast. And as it's been our duty here at Great Millstone, we've been telling you the truth about what the MOTB truly is, man. The implantable micro C hip. And you got a lot of these other Israelite groups out here who are not really taking, that prophecy seriously. Their doctrine changes every year or every 2 years on what the MOTB is. First it was an embargo, and then it was sleeping with white women. They said a lot of these groups said King David has the mark of the beast, which the mark of the beast wasn't even spoken in prophecy during the time of King David. Now these guys are telling you that it's an embargo, that it's this and it's that, everything except the implantable micro C hip, man. Which prophecy and research, and basically even what Esau is telling you, he's basically telling you that it's the implantable RFID chip, man. Even he is showing you in detail, in the World Economic Forum, Klaus Schwab, a lot of these different, heads of the New World Order are coming out telling you eventually, it all boils down to them sticking that little thing the size of a grain of rice inside of your right hand or in your forehead, man. That's what all this technology is being geared up is all about. Everything going digital so that you can be tracked and traced through a technology and through a framework that's gonna need the micro C hip to be implanted in you in order for you to buy and to sell, man. So you have a lot of these false prophets out here who are leading you Jake astray, man. And a lot of you are buying into it. Now, a lot of you are waking up. A lot of you are starting to question your leaders and those that are the heads of your so-called Hebrew organizations. But, one thing you have to come to realize that not all these guys out here with, these Israelite groups with all these different, IUIC, the Sakari, which Sakari teaches that the RFID is the micro C hip, but those guys go off too, man. And one thing you have to understand is that a lot of these guys have agents. A lot of these guys have been brought and paid for. A lot of these guys are sellouts, man. A lot of these guys have their organizations linked to the United States government through a 501c3 charter, man. And a lot of them are being quarterbacked and being given certain instructions to teach you lies and deception and to lead you down a path to where you will eventually be deceived, man. All right? And in these last days, the Lord has his true prophets out here to give you the truth. The Lord has said it. Matter of fact, let me get that. So a lot of you, like I was saying last week, a lot of you are without an excuse, man. But a lot of you are out here, you're out here picking and choosing particular Israelite leaders that you like according to how you feel and according to what they teach that make you feel good, man. But they ain't like that. Hey, the Lord has sent out his prophets. He has sent out his teachers. He has sent out his righteous men to come out here and to give you the whole 100% truth, man. And they're not going to hold anything back. They're not going to be linked to the government through a 501c3 charter. They're not going to be caught up in any of the organizations of the world, man. They're going to be separate from the world. They're going to be coming directly and live in the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai to give you the whole truth. Whether you like it, whether you like them, whether you like how they dress, whether you like because a lot of our people want, all Israel to be in unison, be out here with the flashy garments, be out here with the, with the huge mega church. They basically want the prophets, but in the form of a worldly prophet. Somebody like a T.D. Jakes, somebody that's deep in this world to be their leaders and their pastors, and that's gonna basically tell them things to make them feel good, man. They don't want to hear that America is going to be destroyed. Great judgment is coming. You know, the MOTB is the plannable RFID microchip, man, or any other of the straightforward truth that the true prophets are going to come out here and tell them. Jake has always had a problem with the message of the true prophets, man, but they've always had a liking, and they've always, wanted to hear the message of the false prophets. Well, you're not going to get that here, you know, with the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone and the men that teach like them. All these other Israelite groups, they're compromised, man. They've been infiltrated. A lot of them are agents. A lot of them are police officers. A lot of them work for the feds. Even amongst Great Millstone, you have men that are feds, that are demons, that are agents for Satan, man, that are looking for a way to come in and to try to infiltrate this truth and to cause this ministry to be blamed on some way or another, man. But that's why you have to judge things through the Holy Spirit, man. Which I'm gonna get into some of that. But let me get this first precept, man. This is Jeremiah. This is Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 14. It says, "Turn, O backsliding children, saith Yahweh, B'Shem Yahushai, for I am married unto you, and I will take you one of a city and two of a family, and I will bring you to Zion." Here's the point. "And I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding." You see? So the Lord said that he was going to give you pastors according to his heart, man. You know, the Lord has specific men out here who are directly directed by him through the Holy Spirit to feed you with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Whether you want to accept it, whether you want to buck up against it, whether you don't like that individual, or whether you don't like him because, oh, y'all can't bang, oh, GMS always getting on somebody, you always calling somebody out. Well, hey, the Lord said he was going to send his pastors to come out here and to feed you with truth and knowledge, man. So, hey, part of that feeding you is part of it is rebuking you and correcting these other Israelite doctrines that are going off, man. And it's all through the mercy and the mercy and the power of the Lord, man. But like I said, a lot of Jake don't want to hear that. A lot of Jake want pastors according to their own hearts, not pastors according to the Most High's heart, man. And that's why you buck up against, the real prophets, man. But you lean towards these false prophets, these sellouts, these gimmicky so-called Israelite girls. You're going for all the glitz and the glamour, the fashion shows, all these dudes making merchandise, selling merch that have this worldly ministry, man. That's what Jake is drawn into, man. That's why when it comes to Great Millstone, they call us bums. They call us, hey, y'all can't bang it. Y'all this, y'all that, because we're coming strictly in the true spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Straight raw with no chaser, man. We ain't coming with all the gimmicks. We ain't coming with the go along to get along. We ain't coming here to try to pacify you and to make you feel good, man. We're here to put you in the fear of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, man. Oh, man, let me get this real fast. This came to me. All right, so we're not going to sit here and pity pat and cater to you, and be your neighborhood friendly worldly Israelite, man. What scripture was thinking about? Let me get this, man. And then I'll get back to where I was. There we go. This is 2 Corinthians chapter Jeremiah. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 5 verse 10. It says, "For we all must appear before the judgment seat of Hamashiach, that everyone may receive the things done in his body according to that he had done, whether it be good or bad. Knowing therefore the terror of the Lord, we persuade men." You see? Through the terror of the Lord, we come out here and persuade you, because we understand that if we come out here and to lie to you, if we come out here with a doctrine that's outside of what the Lord has commanded us to come out here to speak and to tell you, that we can be judged for that, man. And we're not, I know brothers who are sincere, we don't want to jeopardize our opportunity at salvation by coming out here and teaching you a false doctrine, or coming out here and preaching a world-friendly doctrine to you that makes you feel good. Come out here telling you that you can have sex on the Sabbath, man. You can pop your woman in her backside, man. That the full moon is the full moon is the new moon. Whatever wacky ass doctrines these other Israelite groups are out here telling you jakes, man. And then once they get corrected through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai from the elders and the apostles and the men of Great Millstone, you buck up against that. You have a problem against it. You see, because those guys really don't have no problem, and they don't have the fear in them, not to be fearful of the Lord and to not lie to you, man. But we're not going to come out here and tell you some BS, man. Because why? Because our salvation and us being judged by the Lord is on the line, man. So we have that healthy fear of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. These other Israelite camps, they don't have no fear of the Lord, man. That's why a lot of them have sold out. That's why they have 501c3 charters. You know, that's why they call us bums. That's why they're all about making money, making merchandise of you, you know, getting the bag, because they ultimately are not really truly sent to be the true prophets of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. A lot of these guys have been set up to be false prophets. And it's up for you people to discern between who has the whole truth and who's not. Who's lying to you and who's telling you the whole truth, man. Because the Lord is making it evident. He has his true prophets out here. But like I said, all these jakes, you pick and choose this truth as if it's a buffet. And you pick and choose what you want, but you don't want to take the whole plate and the whole you know, spread that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua has set before you. Back here, verse 11, it says, knowing therefore the terror of the Lord, we persuade men, but we are made manifest unto the Most High, and I trust are also made manifest in your consciousness. Because a lot of you jakes out there, you know that the men of Great Millstone are telling you the truth when it comes to these scriptures, man. That's why, you know, here at Great Millstone, we constantly do videos each and every single day, man. Constantly edifying, constantly feeding you, constantly giving you the truth of what the scriptures are really all about. Whether you want to get, you know, whether it goes against this westernized mentality and this westernized way of thinking that the majority of our people are stuck in, man. You see? But the Lord has given you pastors according to his heart. Let's go into that word pastors. Let me get there real fast. Jeremiah. When you go into that word for pastors in the Hebrew, the word is ra'id. It says to pasture, tend, feed, graze. It says of ruler, teachers, a shepherd, a herdsman. You see, to be a special friend. You see, to pasture it. Yeah, ultimately, you know. It's likened unto a shepherd. We're here to feed you with this truth, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. And that's what the Lord has set up, ultimately, the elders of Great Millstone to do, to be those head pastors, man. But like I said, a lot of you are dealing with all of these false prophets out here, man. You're dealing with a lot of these hirelings. You're dealing with a lot of these, you know, deceivers, man. You know, and a lot of them look good. A lot of them come out here in the flashy garments, man. A lot of them coming out here, you know, looking good, you know, looking the part, you know. Which is why the Lord, you see why the Lord has, you know, likened Jake unto our people as unto sheep, because sheep are very simple and very gullible animals, man. And a lot of our people are still in that, you know, in that sheep type of mind frame. Simple as all hell, man. You know, and a lot of you are being led astray and you're being lied to, man. You know. So let me get this. This is Matthew chapter 7, verse. This is Matthew 7 and 13. It says, enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. You see? So you got to come in at the straight gate. And that's ultimately how, you know, with here at Great Millstone, the elders and the apostles, they got us going on that straight gate, man. You know, it's very orderly here. It's very strict here. It's very, you know, you have to come in being in order. You can't just come into this thing doing whatever the hell you want to do, say what you want to say, you know, just go along and just wing it. You know, it's a very strict way in which the elders have you know, structured us to operate in this truth, because it's really all through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Because they're those pastors that the Lord have set up according to his heart, which are going to lead us down that straight and narrow path and keep us in order, keep us strict, keep us in straight, man. And a lot of these other guys, you know, they would like to start their own Israelite camps because they don't want to come under the order and the you know, come under the order of the elders and the apostles, man, because they don't want to be checked, they don't want to be disciplined, they don't want to have to be held accountable to somebody that's being over them, man. They want to come out here and do whatever the hell they want to do, which is why you see a lot of these other Israelite groups are just out of control, man. You know, they got their women all on the comment board talking all type of shit, totally out of order. A lot of these guys, you know, they you know, they don't even want to adhere to the scriptures, but only when it benefits them and what they're trying to do. You got guys literally saying that the writing of Paul is not the word of God, but then they'll use it, you know, for their advantage, man. You know, There's just all type of things that you can see when you watch these other camps, man. That if you're in the spirit, it should strike you as odd. It should strike you as weird, man. Ultimately, you should see that something ain't right about it, man. You know, it's just something ain't right, man. And a lot of those guys are all caught up in the Broadway, and that's why they're making merchandise of this truth. That's why they got hit me up on donate to the Cash App, hit me up on the Patreon. You know, selling merchandise, making all this money off of this ministry, man. You know, and they ain't right in the spirit. Now, of course, there's nothing wrong with, you know, if you got people that want to donate unto you, but the way that these guys are doing it is totally in the world, man. It's totally, it's off, man. It's being done wickedly, you know. And like I said, a lot of these guys have sold out to Esau, man. A lot of these guys is getting the bag from Esau. You know, whether you want to believe it or not, it's true. You know, so here at Great Millstone, we're going to stay going up that straight and narrow path. That right way, man. We're not gonna link this ministry into the world, man, and make this be some world-friendly, come as you are type of situation, man. Because a lot of these guys do that. They're looking for the numbers. They're looking to just bring anybody in because they know numbers numbers mean money. A lot of our people are simple as all hell. A lot of these women are simple as hell. They'll donate. They'll give you money all day long, man. As long as you're teaching them a doctrine that tickles their fancy, man. But here, hey, we're going to do this thing the right way according to the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shah. So it's only one way into this thing. A lot of these guys are opening up many different avenues in order for you to come into this truth. And it's going to lead a lot of you to your own destruction. It says, because straight is the gate, and that word straight, S-T-R-A-I-T, it means a way of difficulty. Let's get that. Let's look at that word straight. Because that's what a lot of Jake don't want. A lot of Jake want the easy way. A lot of Jake want the easy way out of things, man. I mean, let's be honest. You know, it's human nature to always want to go the easy route, but people avoid things that are hard because, people avoid things that are hard. People always want the easy way out. They always want to take the easy avenue. They don't want to take that difficult path onto this truth. Hey, and a lot of part of being in this truth, going up that straight way, is not taking bribes, not taking money, not selling out, man. You know, doing this truth in all sincerity. Not expecting to receive a lot of money and a lot of blessings from your congregation, but we're doing it because, like I said earlier, through the fear of the Lord and just being in the spirit of the Lord to come out here and do this. So let's get this word for straight. And the word straight in the Greek is stenos. It means narrow, straight, obstacles standing close about. You see? And that's what being in this truth is. There's a lot of obstacles, you know. Hey, and one of those obstacles coming into the truth is not selling out, man. You know, hey, it's a lot of temptation that Esau come to your school and come in there with a blank check and tell you, look, just write a number, but, you know, we want you to do X, Y, and Z, man. And a lot of guys couldn't fight that temptation. A lot of guys are folded under that straightness and under that, that particular circumstance. And a lot of them are sold out, man. And it's just true. Scriptures say that it's true. So we know that a lot of these guys have sold out to the damn to Esau, man. See? So let's get that, man. Let's go back. It says, because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. Beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. You see? A lot of these guys come to you looking the part. They got the beard, they got the garments, you know. They look the part. It seems like the organization is all in order. They got everything together, but really, it's a den of iniquity, man. A lot of these Israelite groups, all these different members, all these different, you know, they got the women all in the midst of it. It's a lot of adultery going on in there, man. It's a lot of extortion going on, and ultimately there's a lot of slander and lying and breaking down of the scriptures going on in there, man. A lot of error, a lot of wickedness, man. You know, and right now we're in those times to where the Lord is exposing a lot of that stuff, man. You know, and there's about to be a huge judgment on a lot of these false Israelite groups out here. The Lord is making it manifest in these last days that these guys just ain't right, man. You know, a lot of them are prideful, man. A lot of them are, a lot of their false breakdowns, a lot of their corrupt breakdowns are all getting exposed, man. And they're finding themselves in a situation to where all the lies that they have been telling, it's all caving in on them, you know? Especially with this whole market, this MOTB, dealing with the IUIC, man. And these other Israelite groups as well, but mainly, you know, the heat is on Nate and his organization, you know? Because that MOTB breakdown is kicking a lot of ass over there amongst the leadership in the IUIC. You know, because they've been denying it and lying for so long. It's like now it's becoming too evident. It's becoming too plain that the micro C hip is the MOTV. And all of this technology and how all this economic stuff is happening and how everything is digital is leading right into that type of technology. You see? But you still got Jake out here who's lost in the sauce, man. It says, ye shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistles? Even so every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire, you see? And that's why a lot of these guys that's linked to these organizations, man, that's going along with the false doctrines. A lot of you guys are getting paid salaries every month from your organizations, knowing that y'all are teaching lies and going the hell out. A lot of y'all are going to be cut down when the Lord swings the hammer through that organization, man. And like Elder Apostle Gabar been saying for many years, hey, the fall of the IUIC is going to be great, man. And a lot of you other Israelite groups that's operating under that same umbrella, because the Lord is not pleased with that shit, man. You guys are being corrected. You guys are being shown the right way. The Lord has the true prophets out here breaking these scriptures down rightly and showing you the right way. But a lot of you guys are bucking up against it, man. A lot of you guys are being told by your handlers to stage particular fucking bullshit to come up and to start shit, you know, to make this truth, you know, so that this ministry can be blamed, you know. So, hey, there's a lot of false prophets out here, man. And you Jakes better wake the hell up to these false prophets out here, because hey, the Lord is making it manifest. So if you refuse to wake up and refuse to take heed and get the hell away from these guys, hey, when the Lord swing that hammer, man, and you stuck in there, you're gonna be destroyed right along with it. All right. Where is this? Let me get this, because the scriptures speak a lot about false prophets, man. This is Lamentations chapter 2, verse 14. It says, thy prophets have seen vain and foolish things for thee, and they have not discovered thine iniquity to turn away thy captivity, but they have seen for thee false burdens and causes of banishment. See? And that's what a lot of these Israelite leaders are going to cause to happen for a lot of you Jake in these times, man. You know, they're not helping you to fully, you know, they're telling you, oh, keep the law, but a lot of you be breaking the law, man. Especially the Israelite group that's constantly humping on keeping the law. They are the biggest breakers of the law, man. Like I said, these guys say that you can have sex with your woman on the Shabbat, man. That's sin, that's wickedness. You're not supposed to do that, but they justify it and they teach it, man. So here it is, they're all about the law, but they got laser lineups. These guys wear hats while they're speaking and prophesying. Like I said, a lot of these guys in their congregation be committing adultery, they be stealing wives, they be giving wicked counsel, they be extorting one another. All type of craziness be going on in these major organizations, you know, that's operating under this worldly banner, man. You know, brothers be hearing the stories about what be going on inside of the IUIC and the Sakari and these different groups. A lot of those guys come up to brothers and be telling them about the madness that's going on in there, man. And it all starts at the leadership. These guys, you know, Nate was saying that there ain't going to be no Jacob's trouble. Then he came back and said, I didn't say that, you moron, when he blatantly did say it. Like I said, these guys are telling you that there ain't no damn microchips, you know. You know, that the mark of the beast is sin, which if mark of the beast was sin, we'll all be finished out here, man. Because we all sin. Even now we all sin. We all break the law. We all have sin within us. You know, break some type of sin in some way, shape, form, or fashion. So therefore that means we have the MOTV. It just don't make no sense, man. You know? And these guys seen vain visions, you know? It says, let me read that again. It says, thy prophets have seen vain and foolish things for thee. Right, telling you, you know, these guys are telling you, look, the Lord wants you to prosper, having 10-year plans. You know, these guys are having prophecies of being here in America forever. And a lot of these guys, they feel that way, especially these camps that's making all of this money. If they didn't believe that America's going to be here and they're going to continuously be here, why are they so hell-bent on making all this goddamn money, man? Because what? When you have money, you intend on spending that money. You know, you're making all this money, you have plans on going, using it and doing things with it, building things with it. And look, we like to hell with this place, man. This place needs to have been destroyed yesterday, man. Hey, scriptures say that let us have our daily bread and be sufficient unto the day. But these guys are sitting upon millions and millions of dollars as being Hebrew Israelites and being prophets, man. It's unbelievable, man. You know? So obviously that shows you right there that these guys mind worldly things, man. Otherwise, then, you know, making all that money wouldn't be such a big deal, man. You know, here at Great Millstone, like I said, we don't tell you to hit the Cash App. We don't ask for no money. We're going to teach this word whether you give us money or not, man. Which we're not asking for that. We go out and we work every day. But then we're called bums. We're called lowlives. We're called, you know, all type of wickedness, man. But hey, we're out here teaching this word the right way, man. Hey, if that was the case, then Yahushua would have been a bum in their eyes. John the Baptist would have been a bum. He was in the wilderness eating wild locusts and honey, man. Yahushua didn't even have a place to rest his head. And when they tried to make Yahushua king, he dipped out and got the hell up out of there. He came lowly upon an ass. These niggas is riding on horses. You know, these guys have millions of dollars in the bank. You know, they ain't no different than a damn Creflo Dollar or one of these mega church having pastors out here, man. Out here lying and deceiving you, man. And showing you vain visions, man. All right? That's much more, man. So you brothers out there, you know, you sisters that's coming to this truth, hey man, you better be wise in these groups that you're following, man. A lot of them are agents, man. A lot of them have sold out. A lot of them are working for the man. You know, and a lot of them have world-friendly doctrines, man. You know, so hey, it is what it is, man. But you've been warned, man. All right, get this. This is what you need to be doing when coming across these other Israelite groups, man. Shit, even if you barely coming in this truth and you watching Great Millstone, you should apply this, man. You know. This is 1 John chapter 4, verse 1. It says, "Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits, whether they are of God, because many false prophets are gone out into the world." You see? So you got to try every spirit, man. You got to watch these Israelite groups. Watch what they're saying. Watch what they're teaching. Watch their actions, man. You know? A lot of these guys are doing shit that should easily strike you as, oh, that's off. That's not right, man. Don't get caught up in the outward appearance. Don't get caught up in all the matching garments and the purple and the gold and, you know, all the clickbait, you know. But don't get caught up in it because they got a lot of followers and a lot of views and thousands of views on the channel. That don't mean that those guys are right, man. A lot of these guys, man, they ain't right, man. A lot of these guys are false prophets. Now, they teach you some things that are true according to the scriptures, but when you really dig deep into what they're teaching, there's a lot of things that are wrong in there, man. There's a lot of flaws within those, you know, how those guys teach, how they operate out here in the world, you know. A lot of those guys' character be in a question, man. A lot of these guys are proud as hell. A lot of these guys haven't, you know, they haven't seen no visions, but they come out here and tell you that they have visions. You know, so you got to be wise, man. You got to try every spirit, man. You know, and whoever you believe has the truth, stick with them, man. If you believe Great Millstone and Apostles teaching 100% truth, stick with Great Millstone, man. Or if you believe that Nate has it, go over there and stick with Nate, man. But, you know, you better be watching with a careful eye. You better be trying the spirits, man. You better be not just taking everything they say for face value and looking to the things that they're saying to see if they're true. There's a lot of these guys, man. These dudes ain't right, man. They ain't right in the spirit, you know. A lot of these guys are in the world. A lot of these guys are worldly. Like I said, a lot of these guys have sold out. So you got to be wise. You got to be diligent. You got to watch very carefully these Israelite groups out here, because a lot of them are leading a lot of these people to the slaughter, man. You know, in order for you to join some of these organizations, you got to give them your social security number. You got to give them your dental records. You know, you got to give them a drop of blood. No, I know I'm just joking, but that's the type of shit that they do. They're gonna have you linked within the database, man. And a lot of them are gonna leave you out there to Esau Edom when all hell breaks loose, man. And they're gonna try to escape out the back door. So you got to try these spirits, whether they are of the Most High, man. All right. Good luck, priesthood. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 4. It says, "And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. Many shall come in my name, saying, I am anointed, and shall deceive many." See? So a lot of guys are going to come out here and, like I said, they're going to come out here and deceive a lot of people. They're going to come out here saying shalom and, you know, telling you that you're the Israelites and that you have to repent. But when you dig deeper into what they are here teaching, a lot of them are false. A lot of them are sellouts. A lot of them are looking to deceive you. And a lot of them are looking just to gain your trust, so that they can empty your bank account and get money from you, man, so that you can, you know, make merchandise of you, man, selling you, you know, just to get paid and to get money, man. You know, they ain't telling you the full truth. You know, they're not giving you everything that you need to be equipped in the Holy Spirit, man. You know, let's go. Get this in Peter's. There's going to be more and more weird activity going on in these last days, man, as we get closer to the end. A lot of these guys are going to be showing themselves and exposing their hands. A lot of these guys are going to have to start taking them orders from Esau, man. You know, a lot of you guys getting all this money. You got Esau, you know, funding your operations. Pretty soon, he's going to start requiring a lot of crazy shit from you, man. You know, this was This is 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 1. It says, "But there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who privily shall bring in damnable heresies, even denying the Lord that brought them, and bringing upon themselves swift destructions." You see? These guys are bringing in damnable heresies, telling you that the word of Paul is in the Bible, but it's not the word of God. Like I said, a lot of these guys telling you that the virgin birth. A lot of these guys telling you John the Baptist, he wasn't in the truth. A lot of these guys have taken the names of Yahweh Shai completely out of their doctrine, man. They're always talking about Christ, 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 who's the king, Christ, Christ, and all this bullshit. Israel united in Christ. You know, a lot of these other Israelite groups put Christ in their name. They're constantly saying Christ. They hardly ever say the names Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, man. You know, what I said earlier, that you can have sex on the Shabbat. You can have anal sex, man. What else? A lot of these guys got long hair down the back, head all lined up. You know, these guys telling you that if you use wisdom, then you wicked, man. All type of heresies these guys bring in, man, amongst these different Israelite groups. Let's look at that word for heresy. You know, and you've been warned day and night. You know, starting with the elders and the apostles, that these guys are coming in that spirit, man. Doctrine is all crazy, man. This guy's straight, literally out here just lying, you know, deceiving you. Let's get that word for heresies. And the word heresy in the Greek is haresis. It says a body of men following their own tenets. It says of the Sadducees, of the Pharisees, dissensions arising from diversity of opinions and aims. That's what these guys are doing, you know? Let's look at the roots for a heresy. You pretty much get it, you know? That's what these guys are doing, man. You know? They're giving you heresies. You know, they'll come up with all these false breakdowns, and then they'll have a meeting about, yeah, this is what it's going to be. It's over there now. You know? That's what they're doing. That's what Nathan did with that whole the new moon is the full moon, whatever the hell, however they break that stupid shit down. You know, a couple of the heads of it wasn't seeing it, so they had to sit down and have a meeting and try to go over it until, you know, eventually some of them, they didn't see it at first, but then, you know, whatever the case happened, they come to the conclusion that, oh yeah, that is right, which it is wrong. And like I said, a lot of these other Israelite groups just go on camera and just say the most blatantest, stupidest shit that don't make no sense, man. But you're going to have these amongst a lot of these false prophets. Now, like I said, don't get it twisted. They'll teach you some things that are right, you know, that we are the Israelites. Esau, Edom is the so-called white man. America is Babylon the Great. But when you dig deeper into, you know, their breakdowns and their character, there's a lot of flaws in it. There's a lot of wickedness. There's a lot of heresies found amongst their doctrine. And then when they're corrected by the men of Great Millstone, they just act, they'll call you a hater. They'll say, oh, you're a grapist. Oh, you're this, you're that. They'll slander you. They'll lie upon you. They'll throw dirt upon your name to try to take the heat off of them and their stupid, faulty, wicked breakdowns, man. You see? But you have that amongst these other groups. And we've been warning you guys about these things. See? And like I said, it's only going to get more and more increased, and more the Lord's going to manifest it in these last days. So you, Jake, got to be very careful about who you following out here. It says, and many shall follow their pernicious ways, by reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of. And you see that. A lot of these guys' followers, they be on the comment board talking shit, especially these stupid, silly women that's amongst, especially the IUIC. You got a lot of your women who are out of order on the comment board talking all type of crap, being totally out of order, but you guys are all about the law. But the scriptures tell you that, you know, a woman should keep silence, man. But they on the comment board talking the most shit. calling the men of the Lord stupid and dumb and bums and you're this and you're that, because a lot of these silly women, and a lot of you men too, you follow the pernicious ways of these false Israelite leaders, man. So you're drunken off of their lies and their heresies, man. You know? And you all going to be destroyed right along with their asses, man. It says, by reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of, and through covetousness shall they with feigned words make merchandise of you. See? So these people are so damn stupid, they don't even realize that you're being had, man. You're being taken advantage of. These men, they're using you for nothing more but to get money out of you, so that you can, float their lavish lifestyles, man. You know? You end up giving them all your money, you know? Literally, they're over here telling you lies, man. Leading you down the path that's going to lead you into straight destruction. You see? But hey, good for you, man. It says what? And through covetousness shall they with feigned words make merchandise of you, whose judgment now of a long time lingereth not, and their damnation slumbereth not. You see? Hey, it's only a matter of time before all that wickedness, all that pride, all these lies, all these heresies, all these niggas out here making buku money off of the ministry of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. You're making the house of the Lord a house of merchandise and the den of thieves. So the Lord's going, He's going to bring that judgment down upon you. It happened to Jermaine Grant of the IGJC, whatever the hell that the acronym for that school was. Look how he went out, man. And a lot of you guys are following down that same direct path, man. I wouldn't doubt it if the same Jesuits that he sold out to, y'all sold out to. Because you all have that same type of, you're coming in that same vibration, man. All of a sudden, this nigga got all this money. Nigga had a tour bus with his name on it. You know, a lot of you guys are coming up under that same banner. You finding ways to make all this money, making merchandise. You know, you're waxing proud. You're bringing in all these damnable heresies, man. You can't be corrected. You know, a lot of your members under you are doing all type of stupid ass shit. They're out of order. You know. It's only a matter of time before the Lord is going to swing that judgment upon you guys, man. And you're going to find yourselves, made an example out of. You see? Guys out here it is. You're a prophet of the Lord. Yeah, a prophet of the Lord sitting on massive amounts of money, man. Sitting upon hundreds of millions of dollars. It just don't sit right with me. That don't make no sense. And who was the author and the finisher of our faith? Yahushua. Look at Paul. He was working. He was the tent maker. Look at the disciples. They wasn't sitting on buku amounts of money, man. You know? They was going to one another's houses and meeting and gathering and doing what they had to do. They wasn't sitting out here linked to the Roman government, getting non-taxable income. Come on, man. It's unbelievable, man. Look at that. Is that Micah? No. Absolutely unbelievable, man. Unbelievable, but hey, it is what it is, These things must needs be, man. But like I said earlier, the Lord has his prophets, he has his teachers according to his heart out here feeding you with wisdom and knowledge, man. But if I was you, you would find those, man. You would get B times next unto them and truly learn what this truth is really all about. Don't get caught up in all the glitz and the glamour and the clickbait and the gossip, and the followers and the flashy garments and the shiny shoots and the lavish Passovers. And all these different members that's coming to their defense and aid when they're completely wrong, thinking that that's the right way, and that the Lord is dealing with that, because he ain't. This is Micah chapter 3. I started at verse 5. Micah 3 and 5. Thus saith Yahweh concerning the prophets that make my people err, that bite with their teeth and cry peace. And he that putteth not into their mouths, they even prepare war against him. Therefore night shall be unto you, that ye shall not have a vision, and it shall be dark unto you, that ye shall not divine, and the sun shall go down over the prophets, and the day shall be dark over them. Right, and that day is coming, man. Where the Lord is going to shut the mouth of a lot of you false prophets, man. Whether it be by death, whether it be by the ultimate exposure, or whether the Lord have Esau run up all through your shit, talking about you ain't paid taxes, or He's going to find some fault with something that you did, some just like they did Jermaine Grant, man. They're gonna find a reason to run up in that organization, man, and they're gonna put the shackles on everything, man. Here it is, that covenant that you had with death is gonna be disannulled, man. And Esau gonna have the perfect case against you, but you ain't gonna have nothing to say about it, man. And all of your flock is gonna scatter through the wind. And don't come running to Great Millstone when that day happens, man, because we warned you, but you just continuously talk shit against us, man. You bucked up, you waxed proud, because you thought that your leadership had it. You know, that the Lord was dealing with it. But when the Lord sends that shaft through there, don't come running to us, man. Because we've been told you, we've been warned you. But you didn't want to take heed, man. And that goes for a lot of these head leaders too. Y'all been warned too about your pride and your hypocrisy, man. You know? So when the Lord comes and visits you, man, hey, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. It says, then shall the seers, which is another word for seer is prophet, be ashamed, and the diviners confounded. Yea, they shall all cover their lips, for there is no answer of the Most High. Yeah, see? Especially, I can't wait, until this MOTB comes out to be exactly what the elders and the apostles at Great Millstone said it was, man. And all you other false prophets ain't gonna have nothing to say. But we know what you niggas are gonna do. You're gonna come up and be like, well, we just didn't see it at the time, but we always said that it could be something. They're gonna spin it and weave it some type of way to make it seem like that that they got it right. Or that they was always, just right there at the tip of it. We knew it was this, we knew it was that, but we know how you guys get down, man. But guess what? It ain't gonna be nothing that you can say in that day, man. All right, and all these other Israelite groups that's gonna take that micro C hip on the account of your false breakdowns and your lies and your deceptions. That blood is gonna be on your hands. All right, the Lord's gonna require that blood at your hands. You see? It says, we jump down to verse 9. It says, hear this, I pray you, you heads of the house of Jacob and princes of the house of Israel, that abhor judgment and pervert all equity. See? And that justice. You guys, you guys pervert judgment. All because you don't want to make yourself look bad. All because you don't want to, judge a righteous judgment. You want to justify a lot of your BS. It says, it says they build up Jerusalem, they build up Zion with blood, and Jerusalem with iniquity. The heads thereof judge for reward, and the priests thereof teach for hire, and the prophets divine for money. See that? That's the spirit that a lot of these guys are in, man. A lot of these guys out here divining and preaching and doing this ministry for money. A lot of these guys' whole agenda is not to truly serve Yahweh Shem Shai and to wake up the elect. These guys, they'll say it. I'm here to wake up all Israel, which that's not scriptural. That's not who the Lord is coming to raise up. That's not who the Lord is looking for. Yahweh Shem Shai is looking for the elect of the nation of Israel, man. Only the elect. He's not looking for all Israel. But these guys are out here claiming to be Israelite leaders, saying they're going to save all Israel, wake up all Israel, man. That's because they're doing that for money. Like I said, more members means more money. And that's a lot of these guys' sole motive, man. It's to, basically it's to make money. As long as they're getting those donations and they're getting that money coming in every month, that's all they really care about. They don't care about the truth, the sincerity, teaching this word in all sincerity and truth. They don't care about truly building Jacob to be ready for all things that's coming, to give them the full understanding of prophecy, telling them the right way that they should operate, being here in Babylon the Great in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai. You literally had these Israelite groups tell their members to take the spider juice, man. What type of leader is that? You see? What type of a shepherd is that? That's a hireling, man. That's a ravening wolf. These guys don't truly care about the flock, man. They ain't truly out here serving, Yahweh Shem Shai in all sincerity and truth. These niggas are serving their own bellies, man. They all looking for the come up. They all looking to get the bag, to get the money. And they're looking for fame and prestige, and they're looking to be looked at as some damn Israelite celebrity and superstar. Niggas talking about having reality TV shows. They still out here making music videos, doing all this worldly bullshit, man. Because it's all about money at the end of the day for these guys, man. They're not in this thing in all truth and sincerity to gather the elect, to teach these, break down these prophecies the right way, and to give you warning from Yahweh Shem Shai. These niggas out here serving their own bellies, man. Right? The Lord is making it manifest. If you Jake that's out there, you better wake the hell up to it, man. Because otherwise, they're going to lead you down to your own slaughter. Like it's going to say right here. It says, yet will they lean upon Yahweh Shem Shai and say, is it not Yahweh among us? None evil can come upon us. It says what here in the margin? A bride. Yeah. That's how a lot of these guys feel. Oh, yeah, we got the Lord's with us because look at all these members. Look at this big fancy building we got. Look at all the followers we have. Hey, the Lord is looking for it's a small sanctuary that the Lord is looking for. You see? But these guys are mistaken having all these numbers and all this money as if the Lord is really with them, man. That's just not so, right? It says, therefore shall Zion for your sake be plowed as a field, and Jerusalem shall become heaps, and the mountain of the house as the high places of the forest. See? That's what these false prophets are going to lead you, a lot of you jakes into, to be plowed as a field. Hey, when that when Esau come in like a flood, the Lord ain't going to lift up that standard for a lot of these false Israelite groups and these false prophets out here and their followers. The Lord's going to let all of you get steamrolled and plowed down by Esau and Edom, while your Israelite leaders, these niggas with all the money, going to sneak out in the back. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me on that that one Lord of the Rings. No, not the Lord of the Rings, the Hobbit. I forget which one it was. If it was the Desolation of Smaug or whatever. When you know, he had that leader of the city. He was a fucking piece of shit. Him and this little minion guy, you know, when all hell was breaking loose and the dragon was coming and they knew that he was about to erupt, he was taking all the money, all the statues, all the riches of that whole water city, and he was getting the hell up out of Dodge. He had it up on the boat and he was leaving while the people was about to be left there to be totally annihilated by the dragon, man. And that's what a lot of these Israelite leaders are like, man. They're going to leave a lot of you out to dry when all hell breaks loose, man. You're going to be looking for answers. You're going to be looking for what to do during that day. And guess what? They're going to be already 100 miles down the road, snuck out the back door, while y'all left there to suffer and to be destroyed, man. With a damn micro C hip in your right hand, man. So, hey, the Lord's showing you what a lot of these false prophets are like. They ain't true shepherds, man. They're hirelings. And when the wolf comes, they're gonna leave you there to die, to be devoured, man. The fur's going to fly. See? It's sad, man. But hey, that's the way the Lord has it set up, you know? Let's get this Isaiah, man. Isaiah 56 chapter. But you guys, you know, hey, we've been warning you about these different Israelite groups for some time now, man. And you even got the stories of the elders and the apostles telling you, you know, what things was like in the old school. Which is why, you know, the way that the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone run the whole, you know, run Great Millstone, the way they do it, the way that they do it. They seen all the corruption. They seen a lot of these false prophets. They seen a lot of these, you know, they seen it all, man. They've been through it all. They have the experience to know, you know. So they have the wisdom and the knowledge to let you know why things are done the way that they should be done. Why you shouldn't have women all up in the congregation, man. They know exactly what it leads to. They lived it. They've been through it. They've seen it with their own eyes, man. You know, they had the experience. So that when they relay it to us, you know, they're speaking from experience, man. They're speaking to warn us so that we don't fall down that same path of destruction. And you got these other guys out there doing the exact opposite of what these men have dealt with and what they have experienced when these type of, you know, when the organization and the churches ran a particular way. Which is why you're not going to have no women out here amongst us in Great Millstone like that. You know, brothers got wives and children, but they're at home. Because you know that adultery breaks through, you know, is rampant. I remember elders said, even when, you know, in the old school, you had women passing STDs around the camp, man. You don't think that's happening in an organization like the IUIC? Come on, man. Give me a break. That shit ain't all as glamorous and in order just because you see them niggas marching down the street in unison like they all perfect, like they are army. It's a lot of adultery and wickedness going on amongst these camps, man. That's just internally. And doctrinally, they're going off too. You know? Double-minded leaders, it's just all type of shit, man. But hey, you should be happy to the Spirit Yahweh Hashem Shai that, you know, I say this all the time, that he brought us up under the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, because we could have easily been in one of these other camps, man, sitting up there as a head, you know, with the fly garments, thinking you got it, man. You know, and you ain't got nothing but a missile coming your way, and sudden destruction, and false prophecy, man, and pride and arrogance. Lucky. All right. What is that? Isaiah 56. Oh, it's lucky. Yeah. This is Isaiah 56 and 10, man. This is Isaiah chapter 56, verse 10. It says, his watchmen are... Sorry, it says Isaiah chapter 56, verse 10, it says, his watchmen are blind. They are all ignorant. They are all dumb dogs. They cannot bark. Right. And what is a watchman? Somebody who's watching, you know, over the city, you know, watching over his kingdom, which is likened unto us as being prophets. We're the watchmen for Israel. We're watching for the enemy. We're watching for what's going on in the world. We're watching what's going on as far as current events so that we can warn you according to prophecy and to let you know what's happening through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai, the things that are happening as concerning prophecy, and warning you of the dangers that are coming from Esau, Edom, and in this world that the scriptures have told us to warn you about, mainly it being the MOTB, World War III. Shit, warning you about false prophets, man. Warning you about these grievous and ravenous wolves. Warning you about fake brethren, you know? Agents, snakes, sellouts, demons, man. You know, we're here to give you warning about all these things because they're all out here in the midst trying to attack, man, and intervene and, you know, break up this ministry and this truth. And a lot of them are going to be guys who know that they're Israelites, man. And those are some of the worst people, man, guys who know that they're Israelites. Some of the biggest demons, some of the biggest agents, the biggest sellouts, the biggest coons, the biggest busters, you know, whatever other name you want to put on them, man. They're out here amongst Israel, man. And that's why the judgment of the Lord is going to start, you know, at the house of Nicodemus, First Peter 4:17. See? First Peter chapter 4 verse 17, it says, For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of God. And if it first begin at us, what shall be the end of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High? You see? And that's what's coming. You know, the Lord's going to send His judgment upon those that know that they're Israelites. A lot of you guys who are supposed to know better. A lot of you guys who are set up in positions of leadership to be leaders and shepherds over the Lord's flock, man. You know? A lot of that judgment is going to begin with a lot of you guys, man. And once He strikes you, guess what? Once He strikes the shepherd, all you sheep are going to flee and scatter and be out here lost in the sauce, man. You know? A lot of you are going to just go back into the world. A lot of you are going to try to come to, you know, Great Millstone, try to come to these other camps. You can go to them other camps, but don't come over here to us, man. Right? Because we tried to warn you. We tried to tell you and give you the heads up. Before a lot of you, it's going to be too late. A lot of you, the Lord just want to be deceived by a lot of these false prophets out here because He wants you to be destroyed, you know, to be destroyed by that and to be deceived by them. See? Like it says, His watchmen are blind. They are all ignorant. They are all dumb dogs. They cannot bark, sleeping, lying down, loving to slumber. Yeah. These guys ain't really giving you, they ain't warning you about the wrath of the Lord to come, nor are they preparing you to prepare yourself to be under that hedge of protection of Yahweh Shem Shai when He shows up. You know? A lot of these guys out here telling you, you literally have Israelites out here who will say that the law is done away with, man. You ain't got to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. You ain't got to keep none of the high holy days. You know, you just basically do whatever the hell you want to do, man. You're under grace. Just go out here and just, as long as you know you're an Israelite, you'll be all good, man. Which is going off, which is stupid, which don't make any sense. But you have that going on, and you have a lot of Jake that believe that type of shit, man. You know? Like I said, these guys are not warning you. That's what what is the dog for? A dog is supposed to be the first line of protection if you have like a house and property and land. That's why you have dogs on the outside, you know, so that they can warn you and bark when enemies come. When somebody is trying to break into your property, when somebody's even coming up to the gate, the first thing you're supposed to hear is your dog barking and to give you that warning. Well, that's what the prophets are likening to, man. We're those faithful dogs of Yahweh Shem Shai that are barking and giving you warning through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai and warning you what the enemy is doing. You know, but these guys aren't. They aren't good dogs. They're not barking. They're not warning, man. They just sitting down, laying on their ass, counting all the money, man. You know, just sitting down, getting rich and making all this money off of you while they're not giving you the true warning of Yahweh Shem Shai, man. You see, and you know what you do is, like I say all the time, if you had a dog, let's say you had property and you had a dog on it, right? You've been feeding him every day. He's been eating good, living good on your property. But then when somebody's coming in to break into your property and you're not home, and they break in the house and they stealing all your shit, and the dog, you go back and look on camera, and the dog, his tail is wagging, he's just walking around with the guys breaking into your house and stealing your shit without warning or biting or putting his life on the line to defend his house as long as his master's property. What you gonna do with that dog after you come home and find out all your shit been stolen and he basically didn't bark or didn't warn or didn't even try to fend off those intruders, man? I tell you what you're gonna do. You're gonna get the shotgun and take him out back and yell at him, man. That's what you're gonna do. You're going to get rid of that dog, and you're going to get a new dog that's going to be faithful, that's going to be responsible, that's going to defend his master's crib and his own property as well. The same thing the Lord's going to do with a lot of these dumb dogs out here, man. And the word dumb means you can't speak. You see? A lot of these guys that go along to get along, they don't even rebuke one another. They don't even go off on these other Israelite groups, and they literally go off, man. You know, like when they were saying that John the Baptist wasn't in the truth, didn't none of these other Israelite groups rebuke those camps? Because a lot of these guys just have that go along to get along mentality. Hey, as long as we are Israelites, brother, you can teach whatever the hell you want to teach. That's literally the mentality that a lot of these guys have. But when us here at Great Millstone, when we defend the truth, defend the gospel, and the elders make videos rebuking that you know, them going off, they call you a hater, man. They hate you. They slander you. They talk shit about you. Which shows you that, you know, these guys are just demons, man. And they ultimately want to do whatever the hell they want to do. And the defense of the gospel is not really one of their main concerns. Their main concern, like I said, is towards their own belly, man. These guys just want to be famous, they want money, and they want to live a lavish lifestyle, man, and be celebrities. That's all they really want to do. They ain't doing this about Yahweh. It's not about, you know, uplifting the names of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. They're all about uplifting their own names, man, and defending their leaders and their so-called camp heads, man, but not the names of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. So the Lord's going to get rid of a lot of you guys. It says, yea, they are greedy dogs, which can never have enough, and they are shepherds that cannot understand. They all look to their own way, everyone for his own gain, man. That's what these guys are ultimately looking for, their own gain. They're all looking to look out for themselves and to get what they want. They ain't doing this, you know, to uplift the names of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai and to gather the elect throughout the four corners of the earth, man, in all truth and sincerity. These guys want fame. They want status. I sound like Andrew Tate. They want status, you know? They want to have the 1 million Instagram followers, the blue check on their names. The praises of men. What scripture is that, man? Do I have that one written down? I think I do, man. Yeah, it's in Luke, man. Luke 6. That's what these guys are all about, man. Don't get it twisted. Like I said, they'll tell you, you know, they'll teach you some. They'll tell you some things that are true, but ultimately, man, they just coming in the wrong spirit, man. A lot of these guys are just looking to get their own gain, to make money, to get rich, man. It's just true. Like I said, the elders and the apostles, they're going to teach you the truth whether you give them money or not. They don't even want your money, man. They're doing this because the Lord has a spirit upon these men, because they're the true shepherds of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. And they're going to be greatly rewarded in that day for it, man. But these guys are all looking for their own gains, man. And you've been warned. And when the elders and the apostles tell you stories about, you know, these especially these One West camps, a lot of these old heads, they know these guys personally, man. They're not just talking out of their asses. They're not just saying it because they don't know. They literally know these guys, man. They know their characters. They know what they're all about. So when they speak about them, you should take heed, because they ain't lying, man. Let me see. Get to the point. This is Luke chapter 6. Verse 24, but it says, but woe unto you that are rich, for you have received your consolation. Yeah, a lot of you guys that's making all this money, you got this huge organization, that's really about as good as it's going to get for you, man. You receive your consolation. You receive the thing that you really came into this truth to get, which is going to ultimately end up being in your, it's going to be your demise, man. You know, because all that money and all that fame ain't going to save you from the wrath of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. And guess what? And when it's time for the elect to be beamed up, guess what? A lot of you are not going to be in those chariots, man. Because you've already received your consolation. You wanted this world, here you can have it, man, on a silver platter with millions of dollars behind it, and all these followers and all this status, and the fame and the you know, and the fame of this world that comes along with it. But when it comes to being written in the hall of eternity and being beamed up and being joined with Yahweh Shai, you know, as the bride of Yahweh Shai, you're not going to partake in that, man. You're going to have to be born in Israel as a regular citizen of Israel in that day. All right. It says, but woe unto you that are rich, for ye have received your consolation. Woe unto you that are full, for ye shall hunger. Woe unto you that laugh now, for ye shall mourn and weep. Woe unto you when all men speak well of you, for so did their fathers to the false prophets. Ooh, see? so that their fathers into the false prophets. So that's how we know that here at Great Millstone, starting with the elders and the apostles, they got to be in good standing with Yahweh Shem Shai. Because a lot of these guys don't speak well about the elders and the apostles or Great Millstone, man. But they speak well of all these other mega camps, these 501c3 camps. You get all they do is speak well of you. And they get the Clergyman of the Year award, man. Because you guys have a certain status here in this world, man. You have the love of this world. That's why you have such huge numbers of followers that's with you, because you speak of the world. So therefore, the world's going to hear you, man. But when you speak in the truth of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai and sticking to the strip, hey, the world ain't going to hear you. Which is why here at Great Millstone, we're only looking for the elect. That's why before you even come into an Israelite camp, there's a huge vetting process. You might be on the outside for a year, 2 years, man. We don't just come out one day and just bring you in. The next day you over here reading and holding posts, and you came out 2 days ago. It don't work that way, man. That's the way it's supposed to be, man. Because you got a lot of agents out here, man. You don't know who the hell is out there trying to come into this camp. Who was out there on the comment board? That's why you can't just be friending everybody coming on the comment board telling you shalom, brother. That's right. Yeah, y'all the true prophets. A lot of them are agents, man. A lot of those guys are sellouts. A lot of those guys are just looking a way to get inside the camp to infiltrate it, man. Just like he did with the Black Panthers, man. You got a lot of these demons out here trying to infiltrate the camps that are being paid by Esau to come in and to try to disrupt stuff, man. Trying to have this ministry to be blamed. And we'll see what other weird shit is going to happen, because that whole melee between the IUIC and the ISUPK is suspect as hell, man. That shit don't look right. That shit is fishy. On top of it, you're going to have a Christian pastor out there recording the whole shit, and then somehow, now all of a sudden he was out there at the right place at the right time. Just don't make no sense to me, man. And the way they was holding them dudes from the ISUPK down was mad suspect, man. That was like some straight up COINTELPRO shit, man. You took him down just like Esau and his police force would take him down, man. So you that they got a lot of camps a lot of cops within the IUIC, man. You wouldn't trust them niggas as far as I can throw them, man. But we're gonna have that in these days. So you brothers got to be circumspect, and you got to be prepared for all type of shit to happen out here, man. These other Israelite groups trying to pop up in your spot and come where you teach at just to try to start some shit. Just got to keep our eye on a swivel and be circumspect. So let me go back to that Isaiah 56. It says, "Yea, they are greedy dogs which can never have enough, and they are shepherds that cannot understand. They all look to their own way, and every one for his own gain, for his quarter. Come ye, say they, I will fetch wine, and we will fill ourselves with strong drink, and tomorrow shall be as this day, and much more abundant." See? Because a lot of these guys thinking that they ain't ever going to get broken up, that their organization is never going to fall. Like I said, they got the numbers, they got the money coming in, they got the 501c3, they got they got this, they got that going on, So therefore, they feel like the Lord is really with that bullshit, man. That they ain't never going to fall. But guess what? It is going to fall. You think Jermaine Grant, he probably had in his mind that what he had was never going to fall. He probably thought it was going to continuously get stronger and better and better. We're going to get more members. We're going to get stronger and stronger. But look what happened to that. They don't even go out and teach no more. I don't even think that's even an organization anymore. Once he died, that was the end of that whole shit. And it looking like Nate, you might fall under that same condemnation. Because what you have right now is your consolation. Now, are you a man of the Lord? The way it stands right now, I don't believe so. Because you got an evil and a black, dark, wicked heart, man. And those guys that are up there with you, they're just as evil and as dark and as wicked as you are, man. So, it's yet to be seen. But one thing we can say for sure, then let me get this. Romans 8:16. Let me get this, man. But hey, we know one thing for sure, man. These false prophets ain't going to end well for a lot of you. I'll tell you that. It's Romans 16. Romans chapter 16. Romans 16, verse 17. Now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause divisions and offenses contrary to the doctrine which ye have learned, and avoid them. And that's what we do. So when we're out here, we're proving these different Israelite groups out here, and we're telling you, and we're, let's say, we're marking these guys and we correct them. We're doing what Paul said to do, man. Because you have a lot of guys out here who are coming with doctrines that are contrary, that are off, that are not right, man. So when we mark them, we scopate them. Let's look at that word for mark. We're doing exactly what the Lord told us, what it's expected of us to do. And we're ultimately doing this so that, those of you out there won't be deceived by it. Let's go for that word mark. And these guys need to be marked because that's us basically giving you warning. The word for mark is scopeo. It says to observe, contemplate, to fix one's eyes upon, direct one's attention to look to, take heed to thyself. See? That's what we tell you. We tell you got to watch these guys, mark them, man, that have these different doctrines. And that's why brothers do correction videos. That's why the elders and the apostles will watch the videos of these other Israelite groups and they'll show you where they're going off. And we'll mark you. And we'll mark those individuals, tell you, look, these guys are going off on that. And then when they don't repent, we tell you, look, stay away from those guys, man, because they're deceiving you. They're ignorant. They don't know what they're talking about. They're going off on this point, that point. And then they'll give you the correct perspective on it, therefore, so that you can be that much more wiser, man, and see the error of their ways and stay the hell away from those guys, man. You see? So when we do that, we ain't going off. We're not being haters. We're not, cat bashing. We're just doing what the Lord expects us to do, man. We're being, the brothers are being true shepherds, man, trying to lead you down the path, that straight path and the right path, and not have you being led astray by these guys who are going off, man, and hoping that they can drop their pride and they'll be like, you know what, I was going off, after doing the research and going through the Hebrew and the Greek, I found out that, you know what, yeah, I misspoke, I was tripping. But these guys don't do that because they're too prideful, man. Their head is too goddamn big. As far as they're concerned, they can't be corrected. That they're holier and mightier than thou, and the Lord is dealing with them, but they be going off, man. So we got to mark those individuals. And do what? You got to avoid those guys because they're going off, man. It says, for they that are such serve not our Lord Yahushua HaMashiach, but their own belly, and by good words and their fair speeches deceive the hearts of the simple. See? And that's what a lot of these guys are doing. A lot of these guys, they're very good at and eloquent at, using words, like that guy Alazar, man. Now, if you are simple, you'll be deceived by that guy. He be talking fast and saying this, saying that. And it's like if you ain't really paying attention, he can make it seem like he knows what he's talking about. But, he's a smart guy, he learned from the elders and the apostles, so a lot of his breakdowns are right, but there are certain particular things when it comes to character and when it comes to a lot of these different, things that he says, he be going the hell off, man. It's very hypocritical. But you got to be in the spirit. You got to pay attention. You got to be wise, man. Because if you're not and you're simple, you'll be deceived by that shit. Just like a lot of those guys, a lot of Nate's followers were deceived by that whack ass Mark of the Beast breakdown, man. But you gotta pay attention closely to what he's saying, man. Like I said, if you're simple, you'll believe that shit. It'll sound real good to you. That was real slick how he tried to break it down with the cup she had in her hand and had the abominations her hand, and then her forehead was written that. How he tried to link that to the MOBTV. That was very clever in wickedness. But those of us who are rooted and grounded, we caught on to that shit, man. It's that's not the MOTV. It's not sin, man. Like I said, sin's been here since the beginning of time, man. And if that was the case, then we all got the MOTV, and we're all fucking doomed, man. But that's why you got to mark these individuals and avoid them, man. Because a lot of them are going to lead you down that path of destruction and deceive you. Read that again, man. It says, now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause divisions and offenses contrary to the doctrine which ye have learned, and avoid them. Which is why, Great Millstone, we don't hook up with those other camps, man, because they have doctrines contrary to ours. So we can't walk together with them. But these guys, other Israelite groups, have that go along to get along doctrine, man. If you don't step on my feet and you don't correct me, I ain't gonna correct you. As long as we come together in unity and brethren, we can put away the differences of our doctrines. That's not scriptural, man. When did Yahushua ever link up with the scribes and the Pharisees with that mentality. Well, we all Israelites, so we just come together, and put aside the doctrines. No, Yahweh Shai didn't do that, man. Yahweh Shai was he stayed clear of those guys, man. And what was those niggas doing? Constantly trying to trap him up in his words. They sent out spies amongst them. Brought out men of the baser sort. Was always looking to try to catch Yahweh Shai up and trip him up and stump him, man. Or use opportunities to slander him, So how the hell are we gonna get together with individuals like that, man? But it's our job to mark these individuals, man. It says, "For they that are such serve not our Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, but their own belly, and by good words and fair speeches deceive the hearts of the simple." See, you don't want to come under that category of the simple, man. Because if you ain't rooted and grounded in this truth, these guys, man, the way, they'll make some shit sound real good, and you'll be deceived and you'll be believing that shit, not knowing that you're going off, man. Which is why we have to stick. Those of you who are with Great Millstone, stick with the elders and the apostles, man. The Lord has his true prophets out here, whether you want to believe it or not, man. They're out here. They're preaching. They're prophesying. They're giving you the right way. They're teaching you the 100% truth. But you have to discern between those who are serving the Lord and those that serve him not, man. All right? This is Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 4. I'll start here. Jeremiah 23:1, it says, "Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith Yahweh. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, the power of Israel, against the pastors that feed my people. Ye have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not visited them." Yeah, that's what a lot of these jakes do. They scatter you through these different false doctrines, man. They're not telling you the truth, but they're scattering you through all this lies and all this BS, and these false visions, false prophecies, man, false doctrines. So they're scattering you, "Ye have scattered my flock and have driven them away, and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doings, saith the Lord Yahweh." And that immediately makes me think of Nathan General Yohanan. They don't go out on the highways and the byways, man. They don't go out there week in and week out and teach on the streets. Only time they come out is when it's groundbreaking, or they go to a different country, or when it's a situation to where they have to show themselves, man. They're not out there, putting in work, going in instant in season and out of season. They go out whenever they feel like it, or when it's an opportunity for them to be seen, so that they can, make a show. But they got the men under them out there teaching to be going the hell off, man. It says, "Thus forth saith the Lord Yahweh, the power of Israel, against the pastors that feed my people. Ye have scattered my flock and driven them away." Verse 3, it says, "And I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all countries whither I have driven them, and will bring them again to their folds, and they shall be fruitful and increase." And the Lord is doing that now, through the elders and the apostles, the Great Millstone, through this truth ultimately. And the Lord is going to guide the elect to the true prophets, to the right prophets, man. It says, "And I will set up shepherds over them which shall feed them, and they shall fear no more, nor be dismayed, neither shall they be lacking, saith Yahweh." See? And that's what the true prophets are out here doing, man. They're feeding the people so that we're not lacking. We don't lack understanding. We don't lack the breakdowns. We don't lack understanding and prophecy, man. The Lord has set up the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone to feed us with exactly that, man. And we're not lacking. We have the answers. We have the breakdowns. We understand prophecy. We know what the MOTB is. We know what who Esau Edom truly is, man. We know who the tribes are. This is I think it's a couple more precepts. This is Acts chapter 20, verse 28. It says, "Take heed therefore unto yourselves and to all the flock over which the Holy Spirit hath made you overseers, to feed the church of the Most High, which he hath purchased with his own blood." You see? And that's something that the elders and the apostles take very seriously, man. And that's what a true prophet of the Lord would do. He would he would take heed to himself, man. Make sure that they're feeding you the right way, giving you the proper breakdowns, going into the Greek, going into the the Hebrew, going into different documents, making sure that when they come out and present this truth unto you, that is true and is studied and is prudent and that it's right and it's correct, man. Because look, the elders and apostles and the true pastors understand that. Look, this is ultimately the Lord Yahweh Shai's flock, man, and we just been left in charge to tend over it while he's sitting on the right hand of the Most High until he makes his second return. So therefore, we got to make sure that we're feeding them properly, taking care of the sheep, tending to the sheep, fighting off wolves, fighting off enemies and prey and false doctrines and false pastors and pointing out hirelings and false shepherds, man, so that the flock don't be harmed, so that the flock don't be devoured by deception and lies and wicked men. You see, because the Lord is going to require that at our hand if we don't do it the right way. But this is ultimately the sheep of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Hey, all of the elect are Yahweh Shai's, given to him by Yahweh. And we've been left to watch over that flock. So you would think these guys would take it very seriously. They wouldn't sell out. They wouldn't be a hireling. They wouldn't be a piece of shit, man. Nor would you lead them astray, nor take the bag, man. But then again, hey, you have guys that are in that situation and that are in that stead because that's just their lot. But the true pastors and the true shepherds, they're not going to fall under that category. They're going to take precious care and do this thing diligently. It says, take heed therefore unto yourselves and to all the flock over which the Holy Spirit have made you overseers to feed the church of God, which he hath purchased with his own blood. For I know this, that after my departing shall grievous wolves enter in among you, not sparing the flock. See? And in the margin right here, it says savage, man. And a lot of these guys are savages, man. They don't care about the flock. Like I said earlier, they're only in this for their own gain, to fulfill their own belly, to get what they are in this thing to get out of it. Not to be sincere shepherds over the flock of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, so that when Yahweh Shai return, the flock are intact, they're whole, they're not blemished, they're not destroyed, man. This is a very serious situation, you see. But we know that these grievous wolves are going to come in. It says, also of your own selves shall men arise, speaking perverse things, to draw away disciples after them. See, and you have that. These guys are coming in here, man, just trying to gather on disciples unto themselves. Like you got those new covenant guys, man. They fall under this category. They're trying to draw away disciples after their own selves, trying to establish their own thing, man. You have a lot of different, components of false prophets and wolves and sheep clothing and hirelings and goons and agents and just niggas that's feigning themselves to be righteous men and holy prophets. But we have to be circumspect to be aware of all these different type of categories of false prophets and niggas out here, man. That are feigning themselves as being righteous, man, but they're really not, man. There's a lot of agents, a lot of demons out here, man, looking to devour men's souls, looking to, like it says here, to draw away disciples after them. Therefore watch and remember that by the space of 3 years I cease not to warn every one night and day with tears. And now, brethren, I commend you to the Most High and to the words of his grace, which is able to build you up and to give you an inheritance among all them which are sanctified. I have coveted no man's silver or gold or apparel. See? And I can honestly say that the elders and the apostles fall into this category. They're not coveting after your money, after your apparel. They're not trying to steal your woman. I remember they told stories back in the old school where, particular men who were of a lower rank had a pretty woman. The guy would tell him, you don't deserve that woman. She deserved to be with a high-ranking officer type of shit, man. All these things take place in a lot of these organizations that you watch, man. A lot of them guys being there stealing younger members' wives or men of lower rank wives. You shouldn't be with that brother. I think you've been blessed to be with a general. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna separate you from that woman. I wouldn't doubt that was going on in a lot of these different Israelite schools, man. Because these guys are fucking wicked, man. They're all covetous. They're all looking into their own gain, man. It says, where was I? Oh. It says, I have coveted no man's silver or gold or apparel. Yea, ye yourselves know that these hands have ministered unto my necessities and to them that were with me. I have showed you all things, how that so laboring ye ought to support the weak, and to remember the words of the Lord Yahushua, how he said, it is more blessed to give than to receive. You know? So Paul was a clean example of that, you know? He didn't do this thing to be covetous, or to do this thing to gain all of the riches, and to be, covet men's silver and their gold, and trying to, establish himself with all this money and his wealth. He was a sincere overseer of the flock of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. And his whole intent was to teach Jake the right way, teach Jake the proper way, and to be those sincere shepherds over the flock. Not doing this thing to establish themselves and to make money and gain and do this after their own will, man. And you have a lot of that going on out here. And it shouldn't be so, man. But it is. But you have the real prophets out here. You have the sincere, truthful men of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua that is out here teaching his word in all sincerity and truth. And it's your job as men and you Israelites out there to find these men. But to find the elders and the apostles, man, and get with it. And if you are amongst one of these other wicked Israelite groups, you know that ain't right, and that's teaching BS and that's doing wickedness, you better get the hell from among those guys, before it's too late. All right, this is a verse, Isaiah chapter 30, verse 20. And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers. You see? Remember, these are those pastors and teachers according to the Most High's heart. So we know that they're out here in the earth. They're out here prophesying. They're out here preaching. They're out here being those good shepherds. Now you have to make sure that you go out and find these men, because they are here. They are out here. The Lord has them set up in these last days so that they can teach and gather the elect. It says, and thine ear shall hear a word behind thee, saying, this is the way. Walk ye in it when ye turn to the right hand and when ye turn to the left. See? And that's what a lot of you, Jake, have to do, especially in these last days. Because you got a lot of these men out here, a lot of these prophets that are so-called prophets that are out here, that when you hear and listen, the Spirit is telling you that, nah, this ain't right. Something ain't right with these guys. And you know within your heart of hearts that it ain't right. But a lot of you are in these organizations, now, just get to the point to where you're starting to see a lot of the flaws. You see a lot of the breakdowns don't make sense. You see these guys are going off. You see a lot of the dysfunction that's going on amongst these camps. And you're saying in your mind, I need to get the hell away from these guys. You've been listening to Great Millstone, and it makes sense. You better make the right decision, man. Because the Lord has his prophets out here. He has his true teachers out here prophesying and teaching you the right way. And you know within your heart of hearts that these men have the way. You better get unto these men. And you better, make the right decision and get down before it's too late. Because the Lord ain't going to hold you, not guiltless, man. So you got to make sure that you brothers are being circumspect. Make sure you're out here paying attention, man. And you guys be circumspect about who you out here following and who you out here listening to. A lot of these guys just ain't right in the spirit, and the Lord is making it manifest that a lot of these false prophets are out here. And the Lord's about to start exposing these guys in a major way and exposing a lot of these agents. You're going to start seeing a lot of weird and funny style behaviors out here, man. So we got to be circumspect and making sure that we're that we're under the right umbrella and that we're being guided in the right way, so that we don't be deceived or fall into the traps or be sucked into a lot of this bullshit that's going on amongst a lot of these Israelites out here. Because a lot of it is a lot of agent behavior, a lot of it is foolishness, and a lot of it is being orchestrated by Esau behind the scenes, man. So we got to be prepared, we got to be watchful, but ultimately make sure that you're working out your own salvation with fear and trembling, and making sure that you're under the right men that are teaching you this truth in all sincerity and truth, and through the Holy Spirit and righteousness and wisdom, man. Okay, so with that, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that rule well. And peace and shalom to the few sisters that listen and subscribe as well. Until the next time, Lord willing, you will edify. Shalom.